A very, very warm, late, good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary, and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Greetings from Delhi. And yes, did we finally watch an Indian football national team winning again as India beat the Maldives 3-0 convincingly, cleanly? Could have been even more goals. And yeah, maybe those are good signs for us. As Indian football fans. And I was watching the match a little earlier with Akshata, and I thought, still, if I can, I'll try and come live. This will be a shorter one, so hopefully we'll enjoy this conversation. At the start, as usual, the things that one has to say: like, share, and subscribe. Arunfoot and YouTube. Visit my other social medias as well, and visit arunfoot.com. And thanks of all of you for subscribing to the channel and keep on watching the shorter videos. I've been doing a lot in the last few days on the things in regard to team reviews. Started Mohammed Sporting, then did something on Hyderabad, then on Chennai FC. Did a couple of days ago something on what I thought would be one was starting lineup. Quite a few differences to that. And of course, also yesterday I asked the question, is Hamza Chaudhary the game changer for Bangladesh? So these are the topics, and so let's get into it. I was waiting for you, sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah, sorry, was watching. You would have seen my Instagram post a little earlier with Akshata, the match. And Prasenji says we should not get too overwhelmed, but hope this year both our men and women national team qualify for AFC. That's certainly. Prasenjit, let's see. Manula says, hi, we were happy after winning at Maldives 20 years ago. Today it seemed nothing changed for football boys. No, Manolo, you could say it that way, but I think for us, the most important thing is to finally get a win, and get a convincing win for me was very, very important, right? So therefore, for me, it is very, very clear that the way we play, that the situation we find ourselves in Indian football, that I take a game like this today and be very, very happy that we achieved this win, because we've not been winning, right? We've not won a game in 2024. So I take this win. I take also the 3 goals. Very, very good header from Rahul Beke as usual. Liston Kolasu with a headed goal. I can't remember that he did something like that. And of course, the third, Sunil Chetri, the class that he has, and to me is very, very important that we win such games and take forward, because Bangladesh was talking to someone yesterday morning in London about it. To me, very, very important that we get with we go with a positive feeling into this game. I think there's a lot of pressure, what I understand, from Bangladeshis in London. Maybe too much pressure on Hamza Chaudhary to perform. I think that is what I felt, and I said to a few friends, I said, I think you as a community are putting too much pressure on the player, and that's maybe an opportunity. And I'll honestly say that sometimes there's a saying in German, sometimes you have to start baking smaller bread before you go to the bigger one, and let's see what happened, and therefore I'm happy. Let's see. We could have done better, says Angry Bird. Yeah, I agree. Angry Bird, 100%. We could have done better, but as I said, 3-0 after the run last year. We are happy after winning at Maldives. What has our level become? Manolo, I would have always, that I take this. Honestly, I take this win. Don't talk too much about it. This is the reality, and therefore, to me, to me, very, very clearly, this was a much needed boost before the Bangladesh game, because if we had not won today, if we had drawn, or even worse, lost to the Maldives, and again, no disrespect to the standard of the Maldives, but for us, I think today was the most important thing, to just get the win. 3-0 is a good score, and let's see what we can do with that. Brandon injury, who should replace him? I think that's a good question. I liked Farooq Chaudhary, to be very, very honest. I was positively surprised by Farooq Chaudhary. Because I didn't expect him to come in and try and do things, so that wasn't bad. Irfan Yadwad also brought that energy, so therefore there were certain things there is, and maybe there is an interesting one. I don't know. Manolo might think about it. Maybe push Ayush Chetri one up and let Apuya and Suresh be behind him, where Apuya and Ayush could maybe interswitch as well. So that might be also an option. Vishal was not tested much today. Amrinder experience needed against Bangladesh. Agree. Actually, not tested at all. I think the one other situation that Maldives got themselves in a good situation. They lack of, I don't know, lack of quality, lack of ability. They were poor. Was Kuru called up a Syrian national team? Shubash, you mean Kroma? Yeah, Tahir Kroma has been called up by Syria. Angry Bird says we could have scored at least 5 goals. Farooq missed quite a few chances, and Sushi's, oh my God, he should just become a centre back in order to secure his career. Yeah, I think there were more headers which could have gone in. And Manolo asking the question, Indian team or set piece FC. Manolo, I don't have a problem with set piece FC, to be honest. If the set pieces are good as they were today, or the crosses were as good as they were today, that means we're creating opportunities. So I believe, from an Indian football perspective, that's a good thing. Thoughts on Ayush Chetri? Zor D3X. I liked him. For a young player coming in, of course, it wasn't perfect. And that is something which I thought. Manola says Mahesh is number 10. Zor D3X also says, I honestly felt that Mahesh didn't have that good a game. A lot of overcooked passes. The crosses looked overcooked. Let's wait and see what happens. Manolo might call Thapa for experience. Might do, but my question is, a lot of players of the teams who are in the ISL playoffs allowed their players a few days off. So I don't know how much Nanlu Thapar or any other player has been in training in the last few days. So that would be my question. But if I look at that, I'm losing Changte and I've lost Manvir already, and I could lose Brandon, then maybe Thapar could be an option. Yeah, but this is one of the positive things that despite multiple injuries for our main players, we did score goals. Angry Birds, yes. So therefore that is something, okay. And yeah, let's take the positives out of this. Manoj said we will see which keeper will play against Bangladesh. Yeah, Manoj, to me, it's a good question. To me, it's a very, very valid and a very, very good question of what the coach is thinking. Who is he considering? And Amrinder surely is in the mix. As said, Vishal wasn't tested today, but to me, there are a few positions. If we look at the starting lineup, that there might be changes here and there, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? If we look at the starting lineup, Vishal K. They've done it number wise. Okay, Valpuya, Beke, Mehtab, Shubhashish in defense. You had Ayush Chetri and Suresh in your defensive position, Mahesh on the wing, Liston on the other wing, Mahesh on the right, Liston on the left, Brandon in the middle, and Sunil up front. An interesting combination, of experienced players and giving certain players an opportunity. So we'll have to wait and see. I think that's the interesting part. Boris looked good energy-wise, yeah. Yeah, he looked good energy-wise, but could have also done in the one other situation had been clearer with his passes. Worst player of the match was, that one situation, ISL style, Shubhashish Bose hits out at the Maldives player and that no foul given. Very lucky to get away with that. Ami Dhruvo Jyoti. Acha, okay. Good guy. Good to see Dhruvo Jyoti. Good to see you back. Bryson got knocked before the match. Monroe, it looks, again, we're in a part of the season where players will have those things. And if something happens to an FC Goa player, The players are also there. So I don't know. I'm not 100% certain that Manolo, in a match like this, would risk an FC Goa player. It is a little different for the match against Bangladesh. Anwar, Sahan, Changte, Brandon, Manveer, Ashish, big injury list, all are key players. Not all, you know. Do you think that Sahal is a key player? Do you think Ashish is a key player? I don't even know if Anwar Ali is a key player at the moment. Changte, Brandon, surely, even Manveer, not 100% sure. So they're big names, a lot of experience that has been lost. And yeah, let's see what happens. I think we might see Namte. Angry Birds, I'm not sure. Again, I don't know if Namte is training at all. So I don't know those players of teams which have been eliminated. I don't know what their status is. So that's a question that the coach would have to sort of himself answer. I couldn't agree with your opinion. Farouk's decision was poor. Also, it came into the way of Chetri's link-up play was good though. Yeah, but decision making of a lot of these decision making of Liston sometimes was poor. Mahesh also decision making was poor. So decision making is a general problem. I was sitting with Akshata and I was saying that I'm just waiting, and yeah. So therefore, yeah. Let's see what does. But to me, I thought Farooq was okay. I thought he gave a little bit of an energy, and I like that. Jingan Apuya will surely start. Agree. Yeah, should. But even Apuya had some terrible passes. Huh? That one where he's waiting to play, and then bam, plays the ball outside. Huh? Shouldn't happen. I don't know. We won. I cannot believe. Aditya said we will beat the Maldives. I said we will beat the Maldives, and after talking to people in London, to some of these Bangladesh fans, or to talking to people who understand, South Asian football, I think that Hamza Chaudhary. That's why I did that video, which I did yesterday. The game changer for Bangladesh football in Hamza Chaudhary. I think that the pressure on Hamza is inhuman. So therefore, these are realities. So let's wait and see what happens in the coming days. I feel like India should go with three midfielders. Hamza will eat it if there are two midfielders. I would go for 3-3. The problem is, which I think a lot of people are making, Hamza Chaudhary is a defensive midfielder. Hamza Chaudhary is not an attacking player. Do not forget that. He is actually the guy who is a destructive element. So therefore, yeah, let's see what happens. Techcham did really well. Yeah, Abhimite, Angry Birds came in. That boy has something. He has to take a wise decision in the summer of where he's going to play. I hope he doesn't go for a big club and suddenly doesn't play, but I hope that this boy takes the right decision for himself. And then moves to the right club, and that helps him really, and that sorry, that he is that he Abhishek Singh was caught out of position in actually. I don't know, out of position. Who was not caught out of position in today's game once in a while? That is my concern. On the other side, if I think that the Maldives were, those players. So let's see. I think we should start with Abhishek instead of Bose or Roshan. No, I don't. Subhash, too early. And he had moments. Let's see. Your worst player of the match. Oh. You know what I said just before he scored his goal? Liston Kolasu. Some of the things that he was doing, trying. I mean, that free kick. Terrible. Brandon out of Bangladesh game. Manolo confirmed. That's not good. Not good at all. Thoughts on Ayush Adhikari? I feel it could be a good man. Just watch his last few games at Hyderabad, and you see he's got some good moments. But again, every player seems like, this season. But Ayush Adhikari at youth level has been much better. After all, we need to remember this was Maldives' entrant hype party. No, not hype, but to me, important was, I've said this over the last few weeks, important was for us to win. Important was to get a convincing win also, just for the feeling. And Just see Sunil's reaction after he scored his goal. See the weight, the pressure that Sunil put on himself. Forget that, we are expecting a lot from him. Sunil puts a lot of pressure on himself, and that is something that is showed. And to me, let's see where we go. But I think we go. If we didn't have this game and went into the Bangladesh game, I think we would have a worse feeling, a worse attitude going into that game, right? So therefore, for me, that's the biggest thing from this game, that we go with a little bit of a difference of a feeling into this Bangladesh game than we would have gone if we didn't have this friendly. So therefore, I'm very, very happy we had this friendly. We had it against a very mediocre, very weak Maldives. Let's be very honest. I've seen better Maldives teams over the years, but I take the win. That's all fine. What do you think of Imran Khan as Cam? Angry Birds on and off, another on and off player, a national team? I'm not sure. I mean, before I take him, who do we have? Thinking if Brandon is injured, which is also a difficult one for Mumbai City, with Changte and Brandon injured. Let's see if both of the players will be back for the game against Bangalore on the 29th. Looked like we were playing against George Telegraph. Bangladesh won't be like that. Why not 100%? Maldives, as I say, looked weak, didn't look good, but also had their opportunities, also had their chances. So I think we shouldn't just say that they were not there, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Maldives also had their moments, and again, the advantage is for us that a better team will most probably worry us, right? So therefore, that is something that one has to be honest about, and so therefore, I take that, and let's move on from that and hope that better things will happen. But yeah, Sri Lanka disappointed, only 6K attendance. Manolo, I was very disappointed. I thought first ever international game in Shillong, 6K is very, very weak, very, very bad. Hamza will crumble under pressure. I really think Hong Kong and Singapore will be tough. Hong Kong gave Iran a tough time. Or is it what Hong Kong did in the Asian Cup, what these teams have done in other qualifiers doesn't matter. Let's see. That Hamza thing, there is too. Will he crumble? I don't know, but he could, right? Do you think the player performance well in ISL when they face Syria, the free flow game restricted? No, Murali, the standard playing Syria is much higher than what we're playing in the ISL. That's the whole problem. And they don't play free flowing. Who's saying free flowing? The free flowing play comes mainly from the foreigners. That batch is great, be it Abhimitai, Kuru, Kipken, Paramveer, Goite, Mokul, Tani, etc. Kurubazuti, are these players finished products? Can they be starting players for the national team? That would be my question, because at their age, you see players from all over, and let's wait and see. But there is something, but let's wait and see if they do it. I think playing Syria will be a good test. Yeah, Murali, they're stronger than us, huh? Ashik looks rusted. No, I thought it was okay. I think okay. I don't know. Give him time. To a certain time, losing breakdown mentality, which is difficult to overcome. Okay. Should we fear Bangladesh or the vice versa happens? By the way, the hype is real. The Bangladesh media or the Kolkata news channels, the hype is real now. Prasenjit, I think, again, immigrant community, but what I realized and I felt in London was that there's a bit of hope. I mean, Bangladesh is going through tough times at the moment. So there is a lot of hope. I think the hype has been, I don't know. Speaking with as you might have seen on Instagram, I met Zoeb, who's the DC baller, someone who follows closely the British South Asian football scene. Or the day before, I met Dev Trehan from Sky Sports, and met a few other guys as well. And everyone is like, a good player, but some Bangladesh have made him to like the best ever Bangladeshi to play, and all that kind of stuff. And I am, I'm not sure if Hamza is also a defensive player. He's not an attacking player. He's not a flair player. And I don't know if that, let's see. I agree. Hamza is a defensive midfielder. We played for Leicester, played in EPL. Do you think our players are in that level? He's almost as good as our two players. So I would play three midfielders. I don't think Dhruva Jyoti, his game is not the creation. His game is destruction. So do remember that. So for me, that is the thing. I would not put too much on emphasis on him because I think he also needs to find his feet. He needs to find his ground. Um, I don't even know. Maybe he's even going to be captain for the game. I don't even know what the Bangladesh is going to do with him. We need to focus on our game. Let's go with a good feeling out of this Maldives game, but be humble, be realistic. This was Maldives. Bangladesh is a much, much tougher opponent. But again, at least we go with a better, as I said, better feeling into that game that we can create something. And that to me is very, very important because otherwise, if we hadn't had this friendly, we would have gone with a very, in my opinion, at least a very, very bad feeling into those games. And that is very, very worrying to me. And therefore, I take this. I take this match today and I take the result and I'm very, very happy. What is your take on India's sports corruption exposed by Dhanik Bhaskar? We are hoping Olympic goals if you work about a program treat us a pathetic after. Shubha, I've not seen it. I've not heard about it. So yeah, I can't comment on it. Shillong crowd will come against Bangladesh, I think. So yeah, I think against Bangladesh, that match should be hostile. Hong Kong beat Macau 2-0. Angry Birds, to me, without having seen the match. Uh, uh, and so therefore, I don't know. Traffic issues in Meghalaya. Also, Northeast crowd goes down after 6, 7 p.m. It's their natural lifestyle. Um, I think Shillong is a little different. If you see, Shillong has a little bit of a nightlife and other things. Dhruva Jyoti, you know. Um, so therefore, for me, I think let's wait and see what happens. One journalist asked, "Why don't call Northeast players yet playing in Meghalaya?" Okay. I don't know. I saw some players with Indian citizenship play in the fifth, sixth tier of Germany. Do you have any idea about? Do you have any idea about that? Those Lankas Indian origin. Dominic Solanke, as far as I know, is not of Indian origin in fifth tier. Yeah, there are players, but I wouldn't know that are players. I know of Indian origin players with German passports, but I wouldn't know players with Indian passports. If we are included, you think we can be in top 10 or a long way to go? Murali, it is not that they come tomorrow, uh, you know, um, you know. So to me, yeah, top 10 should be possible, but will it happen? I don't know. What if Hamza is not human? We'll just man mark him. He's done. Again, and you guys are also doing the mistake. Hamza is a football player. Hamza will have to play his first game. That he is, from his basics, from the technicality, better than anybody else on the field. To me, that's a given, right? But we need to play our game. I think India needs to play its game. Manolo has a certain structure that you can see. I think it looked better, and it's looking better and better in that way. And yeah, let's wait and see what the team does. We have to let Hamza remain far from our D box. This would make us win half of the game. Okay. I would play Roshan in left back while Puya on right back. Playing two defensive fullback doesn't make sense. Also, Liston drifts centrally, so Roshan could provide the width. Okay, to Pujoti. Meghalaya is very near to Bangladesh. We can expect some away crowd as well. I don't think away crowd is expected. India and Bangladesh, yeah. I think only Indian football fans will be there. We need a player with good clinicality. Even though Maldives is a I-League 2 team, still I believe that we played good and nutmegs were good. We got multiple chances, but we just couldn't finish it. Yeah, Aditya. Is it lack of confidence? No, it's not lack of confidence. I think sometimes it's a lack of quality, if we're being very, very honest. Ajax coach said Aspire is one of the best development, but I don't know how they cannot qualify for World Cup. He's my favorite. Only Aspire has the best infrastructure that I have seen in the world. Huh? Uh, so therefore, let's wait and see. Jackson Singh and Hamza, interesting battle. Manali, I don't think you think Jackson is a starter consideration at the moment for the Indian team. So I don't know why you mention that name, right? To me, he's not a starting candidate to play against Bangladesh. I don't even know if he's in the mix to be starting. Oh my God, a defensive midfielder is going to beat India. We'll stretch him with back pass over man mark him and stop him from system. Well, what's he going to do? Again, why? Again, give him the respect that he deserves as a player, as a footballer, but nothing more, nothing less. Farooq and Chennai in India is totally different, says Sambo. Thoughts on Isak as number 10, the Odisha kid. Also thoughts on Makaran of Northeast say I like that guy, very consistent. Makaran, yes, has done very well in that defensive midfield position, very consistent, limited mistakes. But my question would be, how good is he without Bemamer? That would be, um, you know, and therefore, yeah. So, and on Isak Ralte, I'm not sure. Not a natural 10. I think we need to think about who could be a natural 10 in that position. Worst case, I would put maybe even an Irfan Yadwad up front and let Sunil be the number 10. Isaac is not from Odisha. Aditya, I think you were saying Odisha FC, if you understand. Any instance player visa to political? Yes, Murali. Why not Jigsaw Singh was a poor form or anything? Yeah, his form is not the best. Respect and football are two different things. They threw a pig's head when Figo joined Real Madrid. Aditya, but still, respect needs to be there. Yeah. Oh, Brandon, we're gonna miss him against Bangladesh. Matches are changing injury. I am not sure if it is. Yeah. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see what Manolo decides for the game. Right. Hi, Vikram. Good to see you back. I'm good. Your take on today's match. As I said at the start, and I would repeat that again, I think important was for India to win. Very simple. Nothing much, nothing more, nothing less. And therefore, in my opinion, it's good that we have India getting a clean 3-0 win. Could have been more. But yeah, that's it. That's it, I would say. Right, because at the end of the day, I think it's important for India to get the 3 points. And I think India should take the 3 points and be happy with it, but go to bed with a good feeling. Now work for a few days, get ready for the 25th, and then hopefully on the 25th, India will be ready to challenge Bangladesh. Apuya and Ayush midfield will probably be the best. Apuya will give that cover. Suresh and Apuya didn't look good together. There are options. Again, Hamza Chaudhary is a factor, so let's see how Manolo builds his team. Thapa should be called up. Apuya and Thapa also have experience playing together at club. As that's the question to me is, did Thapa, like other players, take a break? You know, opinion on Manve dropping due to injury, I think it's just all an act for players since some players have gotten obsessed with their club. That they're, again, you're speculating on something which do you know? I mean, putting that out into space is nice, but do you know? Have you got any info on that? Do you know that the player is not injured? I am really, to all of you, right? If you don't know something, but oh, I have got a hunch, I think. It's nice that you think something, but do you know? Yeah? You know? So therefore, let's see. Would you give importance to today's match? Sanjay, as I said earlier, to me, this match, the most important thing is that it is, that um, we played it, we won it, and to me, we've got a good feeling, and that's it, and take some positives out of it. But we could have won it 4-5-6 nil as well. Had some mistakes in defense or defensive game, allowing Maldives some chances. So those are the learnings. Nothing more, nothing less. If this great for Indian football, then we still need Sunjay to score and win. ISL is a big flop to produce quality Indian strikers. No ISL team want to have Indian striker in the team. Shubho, this whole striker debate has been going on for years, right? And we have been lucky, over at least the time that I've been watching, to have had an Iron Vision, a Baichung Bhutia, and a Sunil Chhetri as our main striker. And then in those times, you also had often, Iron Vision and Baichung played together. Baichung Sunil played together. Sunil had some support from Robin, from JJ, so, but yeah. Suresh and Poria will be interesting to see against Hamza. Do you think defensive midfield play is important compared to defense? Yes. Murali, every player, every position has its role to play. So therefore, we don't need to say, that defensive midfield or defenders or strikers or midfielders, wingers, whatever, or goalkeepers, every position important. After watching India today, how concerned are you against Bangladesh? Views, please. Rishikesh, I said that before, and again, I spoke to a few people over the last couple of days while I was in London. Now I'm in Delhi. I think I always said it. I want to win against Bangladesh. It is possible. And this is important. This is from a psychological standpoint. This game today was very, very important from an Indian mindset. Imagine you have a favorite club and you want to be a part of it so much so that you could control its decisions and tips and ideas. Anyone like just does any tips or ideas if anyone does like bring us? See, the easiest part is if you have money, invest in it. Very simply. If you have a favorite club and you want to influence its decisions as a starter, there is no decision that you can influence, to be very, very honest. The easiest one I said, the easiest influence that you can have on a club is to buy a stake or buy the club. But if you are young and you want to do management stuff, you are not going to be even close to decision making. Make no mistake, guys, Hamza played in one of the top teams. Yeah, why not? He still is a good player, even though he only plays. Sorry, 1 second. Even though he plays in the championship. But the point here is at the end of the day that this obsession, we're also obsessed. Yeah, it's a problem. It's an unpopular point. I think Ayush looks more promising than Puya. Ayush looks more attack-minded. Sachin might be today, yes, but I think Apuya wasn't warm, didn't have a good game, but Apuya, to me, Apuya is a better player than Ayush. Ayush has potential, but he has to go. Was Hamza Leicester City in 2016? Yes, he was. The wizard says, bro, they won't do like that. Yes, they get money from what nobody would betray their country given reason like injury. If it's true, Mondo should permanently drop all of those players. Yeah, very right. Do we even need striker if you can score goals like Arsenal? Okay. Except Mahesh, no one was impressive. Okay. I thought Mahesh had a bad game. I didn't like his passing, Akash. I don't know if you watched different games. I didn't like his good. Others play football with foot. We played with our head. Nixon, welcome back. If we can do that, and score and win, I'm fine with it, right? What's your take on Manuel's comments on I-League? I mean, nobody's playing as a striker in ISL when an Indian playing as striker scoring goals regularly. Don't you think Manolo should validate them? No, he should. Doesn't. I've said that. Manolo has said exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 years. He's exactly said what I think. Because the standard of the I-League is just watch an I-League match live. I call on all of you to watch matches live. Then you can have an opinion on. Don't watch it on telly. I'm telling you, watch a match live. Then you get a real understanding of games. I watched an I-League top match. I watched 3 ISL games. Again, Mohun Bagan are champions. So what? The standard is very, very poor. So, and if you think it is poor in the ISL, it is even poorer in the I-League. Sorry to say that. So therefore, Manolo is spot on what he said. And there is an old video. I've said this in an old video. If you're looking through my short videos, I've said this. So therefore, yeah, it is. He's spot on. And an I-League striker doesn't mean needs to prove himself in the ISL. And if an Indian striker wants to play for the national team, he has to play. Just want to say that I love watch your videos and to hear your opinion to some football topics. Thanks, Dustin. Danke dir. Schöne Grüße nach Remscheid. Hamza made lots of hype in Bangladesh social media. They are mocking, trolling Indian national team. Akash, let them do that. They are, the hype around Hamza is unrealistic, as I realized, So therefore, let's see. There's a lot of pressure on the boy. A lot of pressure. And that's why I said, watch the video. I did a video yesterday. The game changer. I called it the game changer for Bangladesh football, because that is what is expected of him, right? So therefore, let's see what he can do for Bangladesh football. So, as I said, again and again and again, very interesting to see what happens. Do you see any changes in play compared to Steammatch style? Estas, it looks more organized. In Steammatch, football I felt chaotic. So therefore, to me, it looks like Manolo has a plan. He's worked on the set pieces. He's worked on the crossing. He's worked also on the movement. But let's see. I mean, Hamza must have joined it somewhat. Leicester was part of their prime and battling relegation. Now, don't judge me for the statement saying, "Oh, relegation battling clubs are better than our players." I think yeah, he was there. So get over it. Replacement of Brandon in first 11 in coming match. Simbo, question is, do you want a natural midfielder? Yeah, as I said, maybe a playing combo of Apuya, Suresh, Ayush could be an option. Maybe Mahesh Naurem could be an option. So we have players in the squad who could potentially fit in. Or you push Sunil back and allow, let's say, Irfan Yadwar to start as a 9. So we have a few ideas, and let's see what the coach does. Can we corner goals away to Asian Cup qualifiers and get qualified? Yeah, why not? Why not? Who's going to stop us? We're not there. I haven't played a match. Your views on Vapunia today? Okay. No, didn't make too many mistakes. Was there. That's, I think, the most important part, I guess. Important that there's a presence, and I'll take that. I'll take that from Valpuya. I'll take that from the rest of the team. And it was important, and he did okay. So therefore, that is very, very fine. Right, nearly 40 minutes. It is nearly 12:30 in India. It's 12:28 a.m. Already. The 20th of March. If you're liking the video, if you're liking what you're hearing, what we're talking about here in chatting in this India, Maldives 3-0. Do leave a like behind. 16 likes so far. I think we can do better. To share the video, to subscribe to the channel. We're at 2,384 at the moment. So therefore, thanks a lot once again. And yeah, let's keep on growing the community. Mano values them, but it isn't that the I-League clubs don't want to release their players when they have matches, even international windows. Okay. Tell me a player that he should have called up. That's the problem, no? Hamza's still at Leicester, but in loan deal to some other club. Is his fifth or sixth over there. Yeah, but he's at Sheffield United, right? I don't mean to criticize, but it's funny, don't you think? No, it's not funny, Nixon. Corners, crosses, dead balls are part of the game, right? And if Manolo thinks that this is a way of scoring goals and winning matches, then he's found a route, right? We've been having problems. He's trying to find solutions. We shouldn't take Bangladesh lightly. Enough, I think nobody's taking Bangladesh lightly. Everyone is aware in and around the team, maybe not the fans, but in and around the team. I think everybody is aware that Bangladesh is a tricky opponent, and now India needs to do its homework. Compare Stephen and Manolo. So simply said, Stephen, defensive-minded. Manolo wants to play football or try to play football. That's, I think, the biggest difference of approach. Thapar with Brandon, Rishikesh, I don't even know if I know that certain teams with players in the ISL playoffs send the players on holiday, gave them a few days off. I don't know if the coach is going to call up anyone. Is he going to call up Thapa? Might he call up, I don't know, Vikram or someone to replace a few of the injured ones? We'll have to wait and see. In the evening after Maldives game, I was watching 2019 Asian Cup highlights. We were so much better under Stephen. Yeah, but again, so that Asian Cup was, look at Ashik Kurunian at that time. Ashik Kurunian was exceptional at that time, exceptional as a footballer. So therefore, different time, different age. Good to see you in Professor Kalinga video instead of Ranjit Bajaj. More Indian football fans subscribe to you. Thank you, Aditya. We cannot judge defense in today's game. Maldives didn't test much, I think. Yeah, Nixon. Yeah, can be said on one side. On the other side, I felt there were 2 or 3 situations. I think I felt that, that there were the 2-3 dangerous situations and we survived them. So that's I think the positive. Hamza was part of Leicester that won the EPL with Conte, Mahrez, etc. But he was on loan to other teams. Yes, through Jyoti. I really like passing patterns on the Manolo. Yeah, there's some sort of build-up. Yeah. Good evening, here Andrea. Welcome back. How was the Indian national team before ISL? How's achievements rank and other stuff? Aditya, let's stay around now. Just Google it. Sorry, I mean, all the stuff is available on Google. Look at old videos, all stats, Wikipedia has all the information that you're looking for. Yeah. Who do you think can be a direct replacement of Brandon? I mean, we don't see number 9s in football now, although there are players like Musiala, Wirtz, Bellingham rising. Do we need one? Would be my question. Right? Do we need one? Do we switch maybe to a 4-4-2? Yeah, crazy idea, but do we go to a 4-3-3? Let's see what the coach does. Farooq got speed and all, but he doesn't look confident. Yeah, do they look confident? I don't know. These injuries are real. Akash, from my understanding, they are. Overall, young players done. Guys, overall, all young guys done well. Yeah, okay. Okay. Farooq needs confidence. He could have scored a lot of goals, but he just kept passing to Chetri even when it was not possible. Yeah. If Bangladesh beat us, they will include more of the origin players. Akash, they have just started. They have, I think, a list of 30 plus for origin players. Bangladesh has just started. They will transform their teams in the next few years. Let's see where they end up, right? They've got potential. They've got a lot of potential in that. And will be very, very interesting to see what Bangladesh do with the origin players and how they build their team and where they go, how they go about it. Yeah, that's a very, very interesting test. Stephen had great tactics, even everyone were in their prime. Yeah, Mahesh can replace Brandon, but then who play in right wing? Uh, Real debut, yeah, he could. He could. There are options on the wings still. So therefore, you know, the playing style is different as well. The number 10s are more with the ball, more attacking, not like previous 10s like Vizit Pirlo, though he played more deep. Yeah, that's also Pirlo was not a real number 10 in that way now. Was not. Why Stephen F. Akash? India lost to Bahrain in the 2019 AFC Asian Cup, and Stephen himself at the press conference announced, "You know what? Sorry, we lost, and Tata bye bye. I'm leaving." Every player looks good against soft teams, and they disappear against better teams. Yeah, Manolo, because better teams, the competition is tough, I know. So, listen, wish we got Chante because his speed and skills, it's different. Yeah, but yeah, I think Steven was successful because he had players which were young and there was hunger in players compared to now. Raj, there was hunger. Not everyone is younger. I think there was a lot of experience also in Steven's squad. And from that perspective, I would say, it worked for him. It worked very well for him, I would say. And therefore, Steven got the results. But Steven built, India were ranked in the 170s when team took over and he built a squad over a 4 or 5 year period. Do you see any serious goal scoring threat for Bangladesh for draw, but don't think they can beat us? Rishikesh, there is always a chance for Bangladesh. There are players with the capabilities of scoring. The coach Cabrera, sure, he is working on that as well to try and exploit the gaps in the defense. He will have seen the one India thing today, I'm sure about that. And so, therefore, that's going to be. But I think we need to look at us. Let's see. Did you see the match? Your thoughts? Yes, Pranjal, I did. If you want to hear my thoughts overall, watch this video, sort of rewind. There's a lot of thoughts on that. I think, as I've said, repeating myself, I think it was important for us to win, period. That's the most important thing. We needed to win. So therefore, that's positive. And then, yeah, 3 goals, a clean sheet, Sunil amongst the goals. All those things count. So therefore, let's see. Stephen got a Chetri in form. No, not always. They were. There were phases when Stephen informed. You know, right? Stephen literally resigned after losing to Bahrain, while Ego made same comments but didn't resign. Odds. So no way is the Glasgow team much better than Steve wants then. Aditya, again, all of this can be read up. If you Google, you'll find all this information. Those are facts. Do you remember who played as number 10 in the Under 17 India World Cup? I don't think we played with the 10 Rupajoti in our system in that way. Hi, Amit. Welcome back. Can Steven do the same magic he did in India and Pakistan since he's going to face Syria likely? Aditya, let's see. But Pakistan is more difficult, but he's got players of origin coming in. So let's see how these players gel up and if they can bring something to the table. Brandon won't be next match. We should replace him. I was looking at the squad. Mahesh Nauram can do that. And Ayush Chitri impressed me in patches today. So therefore, that might be also an option. Stephen built us brick by brick. Yes, Rishikesh. According to FSL New Deal, they do want promotional relegation as and according to what is clearly mentioned to get on furnace. So what's your take on this? Will accept deal. I need again a lot of speculation on a lot of things, and therefore to me, you know, so let's see what happens. A lot of speculations about a lot of things. Let's see what the South Asian Jose Mourinho will do in Pakistan. Yeah, let's see. I mean, Aditya, don't forget, Stephen qualified Pakistan for the second round of Asian Cup. Now, final round. All these things are not regular things for football in Pakistan. I think we should not forget that, right? So therefore, Stephen has done a lot for them. Um, so therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how things go after this. Will be very interesting. Um, you know, few people, or better called seasonal fans in social, seeing today's result as they've qualified for World Cup. Raj, yes, but uh, uh, at least some people are talking about Indian football today, right? So that's good. This game was like a moral booster before main game. 3 goals here just give us a pinch of real efforts, which need to be continued in main games. And Mauro said same kind of things impressive as well. Yeah, get it. Great result. Um, and you can build on it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what we need to look at. Got to look at both things in 25th. India was Bangladesh and Supreme Court verdict. Yep, Aditya, we really played well against Bahrain. To be honest, Mr. Steven literally built the squad and was still playing with that team. We did not play well against Bahrain. I was at the ground in Sharjah. We were, we played an exceptional second half against Thailand. We had a brilliant first half against the UAE. And against Bahrain, we were scared that with those 3 points on the board, with the fourth, we would qualify for the knockouts. We did not play well against Bahrain. And we had an injury in the warm-up of Anas Edaturika. He had to be taken off after 2-3 minutes. So, that's not the case. Suresh was exceptional today in the first half. I think Apuya plus Suresh were golden double pivot. What's your opinion? Oh, no. They were, yeah. Those two are very, 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 very crucial to us. May I ask you, yearly salary of Indian players given by AIFF highest and lowest? Rishikesh, there is no salary. There is no salary. They get a daily allowance, and then everybody gets the same. Hi, Zoravar, welcome back. Don't you think diaspora players ruining natural team matches when it comes to country like India? It triggers me. I can't see Bangladesh and other countries with no grassroots going up on from us. And it's happening around the world. I've said this 24 years ago. We could have been playing with diaspora players over the time. I think overall India football would be better, and it has a positive effect on the football in the respective countries. Look at Malaysia. I'm saying, yeah, look at Malaysia, look at Indonesia, look at the Southeast Asian nations. Look at Philippines is a good example. Football was dead before that diaspora came. And look at Morocco, look at Algeria, look at Tunisia. It has long-term good effects. The number 10s that have potential Kipgen, Vineet Venkatesh, McCarthy. I also heard good about that Mumbai Kid Fuad that could potentially replace Brandon or be number 10 if they are groomed. Vineet Venkatesh is not a number 10. McCarthy is more an 8 as well, and Kipgen, yeah, could be. But there was a rhythm, but how well we can do this against physical sides is the question. Kamalnath, this rhythm will not work because we'll be defensive. We'll be the Maldives against stronger teams. Let's be honest about that. The most wonderful games for me against Thailand and China. Yeah, China is okay, but because that was only a friendly, I would surely say Thailand, and especially that first half against the UAE. We were actually better against the UAE in that first half than against Thailand. Your opinion regarding Lister performance, overall decent performance, so not at all happy with the finishing. Zorawar, to me, I said I was watching the match with Akshata, and I said just before he scored the goal, I said, "Oh God, he's terrible today," because he was all over the place. Right, that free kick was a typical, and then he does that Ronaldo celebration. I think, oh my God, seriously. I mean, who do you think you are? Right. So yeah, let him. Yeah, let's go. The real question is, could Manol, date what Steven Constantine did. Will he do better than Steven or will he even worse than Steve Match? I guess we have to wait. Aditya, all questions that cannot be answered. We were in no man's land against Bahrain. Yeah, Rishikesh, we were in trouble in that game. Any news came out, sir, about FSN have a contract on Yuvraj? Nothing. Nothing. They will. I don't think there will something happen in the next 10 days before the Supreme Court verdict. Mahesh looked better today after long, and I think Suresh is the player who has been performing well after the Black Asian Cup. And Mahesh, those square passes, didn't look good to me, guys. Honestly, the good thing about Maloli doesn't hesitate decisions, just like Bob in past. Okay. Arabs and AFC ruined Asian football with ideas of PIOs, players, bizarre stadium rules, unfair, which clubs are public money grounds which no one watches. Huh? Who said that? Where do you get your ideas from? PIOC is a global concept. It's a FIFA rule which has been there for the last 40 years. It's just that countries didn't apply it. Where do you come from that? How do you know? Again, Aditya, you need to know. You have to have seen things to have an opinion on things. The same advice to everybody else. If you don't know, you don't need to ask me, ask other people. But you can't hit out an opinion like this, which is, sorry, factually, completely rubbish. So basically, AIFF has to get that promotion relegation thing, or I-League clubs won't take. Who says that? That has been written into the contract. And the I-League clubs have their own problems, right? So, under Manolo, I feel we'll improve our ball control. Let's hope so. Yeah. As it stands, Churchill is going to come in ISL next season. We will see first go Derby in ISL. Yuvraj, Churchill has to raise the money to be playing ISL and to fulfill criteria. Therefore, let's wait and see. We had none number 10s, but sadly, I think we're losing him. His name is Sahal Abdul Samad. Sahal is not a 10. I think Brandon is more of a 10. Sahal is in, free mind. Why are Indian players so injury prone? The Maldives players haven't been playing in a professional league for 2 years, yet not a single injury, whereas despite playing a league, recently Indian players. Zarawa played too many matches. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it actually is the fact. I think our Indian players have gotten used to about 20, 25 competitive matches, and now they're playing about 40, 45, the national team players. And that's why the bodies are giving up. Listening to us is best left-wing country for national team? No, not to me. Fall down like thanks. I rate Colasso or Bison. Okay. Don't know about others, but for sure, Spanish coaches loves to work on possession-based game in Indian players. Yeah, they try, but the problem is that it's not on the Indian players; it's on the foreigners that are with the Indian players, and that combination allows them to play possession football. So talk about your emotions, and so let's go to the feels and emotions. See, I know Sunil, right? I've known Sunil for 2 decades. And I was telling Akshata while we were watching it, I could see, there's a lot of pressure on Sunil, and that pressure sort of down. He was very, very happy about the goal. And I was happy. I'm very happy. I've said this for the last 3 months. It's the best thing that we could do is get Sunil back. It shows our football in our poor light, but our football is bad. Let's be honest about that, right? So therefore, why beat it around the bush? But Sunil is the best striker. It's not just that he's the second best striker in the ISL after Anuddin Ajare, scoring-wise. Again, take the penalties here and there, but that header was quality from Sunil. And look at the movement of Sunil from one on the other occasion, right? The others don't do it. That's also a reality. Your predictions of Bangladesh match and how should we play that match tactically? Pranjal, let's do that in the coming days. We still have some time. Let's be happy, and let's see. Interesting will be also how we do measure. Okay, performances. Nixon, 2019 Asian Cup was surprising for me, but we moved backwards from that. No, Akash, it wasn't, because it was always building up. Stephen was building up that team. Bob Houghton built up towards 2011. And that has not happened, right? And therefore, yes, I agree on that. I'm not surprised, but yes, we have not moved forward. Sorry. By the way, I also don't want any more promotion to ISO from 26, basically closing the league once again. The League Clubs Association will go to Supreme Court, which will lead to FIFA ban. Again, who says that there is no promotions? So who says that those conversations have happened? I find it very interesting. From what I'm hearing, that most of the points are out in the public. None of the conversations have happened on those things. They're at the basic stage, if at all. Right? So be careful. A lot of people are talking, and a lot of people talk, and none of them know anything. Everybody is speculating on things. Everybody on Twitter is speculating. All the content creators speculating. They don't know jack shit about what they're talking about. Sorry to say that. I guess if Churchill secure I-League, some corporate investors will be there with the... Who will invest into Churchill Brothers? The I-League, one of the reasons why the I-League has been, ISL has been created because Churchill Brothers didn't want to have investors at the time in 2012, 2011, 12, 13. Right? There's a lot of infos that you guys would not know what happened 10, 15 years ago. And Churchill Brothers open books, interesting. I want to see that. I want to see that. The promotion regulation thing is debated whether clear on the no cash deal. Again, Aditya, how do you know? How do you know? How any one of you can know? Right? Because XYZ said it? Was XYZ part of that meeting? That is my question. Right? So therefore, be careful what you go out. Churchill was next games against top 3 league team, Interkashi play mid-table team, so it's like hard to say now. It's not done yet. Interkashi blew it today. They're now 2 points behind. Let's see. What makes you think Liston isn't that good? Because he isn't good. I don't. What makes you? It is just when you see him play. Period. But the others are worse. That's the problem, no? But no, I'm not sure I'm in Delhi. I arrived in Delhi today. F is there. Sorry. One second. F is there is a corporate house. They don't care about football but money. They'll try to recover the losses, so F has no option. Raj, how can you make such a comment? Again, another comment which makes no sense. These guys have lost thousands of crores, which you will never recover from Indian football. Right? And they're still willing to come, stay and help you. That's the question it should be asking. So if Churchill doesn't meet the criteria, will there be promotion? Kamala, theoretically, the second or third place team could be asked if they want to get promoted. Very simple. Certain news on Dempsey heard from few people that think to put a full stop on legacy of club as they got fund issues and all. I haven't heard. I think your friends in Kashi would get promoted once Churchill Brothers fades to full career. Now, come, don't judge me for this opinion. I'm not judging you on your opinion. I'm just calling you out that you have opinion on things which you can't have. You shouldn't be having opinion because you don't know the facts. Yeah, that's the problem, no? How do you think Indian players can be pushed towards playing in Thai League, J League, Second Division, etc.? There is no possibility, in my opinion, there, sadly, because those clubs will not look at Indian players as foreigners, and Indian players are so overpaid. That's not working. Ashish Niki said it on X. Ranjab had quoted and also blamed us trying to kill Ali. So we're back to that circle that people make guessing. This is a guessing game that these people are making. Someone writes an article, then someone builds on that, and someone tweets about it. This and that thing. Listen, if anyone has killed I-League, it is Ranjit Bajaj who's killed I-League. Didn't Ranjit Bajaj say 2-3 years ago that, listen, there are corporates waiting to fund, there are corporates, there are business houses willing to fund broadcasting rights and whatever. Listen, the broadcasting rights are well zero. You're not even 2.5 crores for all the rights that the AIFF have. What the rubbish is he talking about? Guys, wake up to those realities. These people are taking you for a ride. You listen, you watch it, you believe it. Chalo, hota hai. Nothing of this is happening. Right? Ask these people what they've done for Indian football. They've done no harm than help. Everyone running their agenda on social media. That's why I only watch you live set to get authentic growth. Thank you. Again, it's not about me. Right? It's about the realities of facts. Right? That's the reality. You said reason ISS was created because Churchill didn't have any investors. No, Aditya, Reliance, when they came in 2010, and I said that in that video, if you watch it on Kalinga, one of the reasons was they wanted to make the I-League into the ISL, but the I-League clubs did not want it at the time. They resisted. They were big corporates supposedly tied to XYZ club, and they didn't want it. They wanted to maintain control. So therefore, these are things which are realities, and no one will change these realities. They're there. Indian football has them, and will have them. These are the problems. One goal in 27 games for Lister in Blue Jersey. He missed a lot of chances early, but I hope he scores some and improve his game to gain more confidence. Yeah, but look at the free kick. That he doesn't need to. Yeah. Who could be the alternative to Lister? Depends. Could it be Irfan Yadwal, let's say? I mean, one thing in football is just about educating them. Suppose, why don't you educate the youth and boom, you have Mbappe betting on Ramas, but I believe it's talent. How do you harvest talent? Sorry. Where is the talent? How do you find the talent? How do you play that talent? You know? Right? My question is very, very simple. If we have exceptional talents in India, despite all the problems in the system, all the obstacles in the system, an exceptional talent will be pushed through the system because the people will then later on claim credit. I push that talent. And that doesn't work. So let's see. So what's FSDL plan? I don't know what the plan is. That's why I'm not speculating about it. But I know that people are creating, people have their own agendas and all. That's why I'm waiting. Yeah. So therefore, let's wait and see what they come up with. The AIFF has slept for 12 months on this. This conversation should have been had last year. Let's see. FSL supported Indian football more than AIFF government ever could. Yeah. I feel Chachi Sports did a good job. There's some problems still. It's a good start. It was so easy for more to watch the live matches. Come on, let's see. There are other issues in the background. Let's see what happens on that front. That was good listening, is mad, but others are worse. Yeah, but listen, there's a lot of talking going on, So let's see. Who impressed you the most today? See, for a debut, I felt Ayush Chetri was good, no? So that's the thing, no? Oh, sorry. Benfica Academy in Goa for trained women players. The drill now. See, they're talking. What is going to happen? Not going to happen. I don't know. Let's see. Right, guys. It's nearly 1 o'clock. I know you've got a lot of other things to mention, but I slowly want to get into bed because I'm in India and landed early this morning. I've been in meetings for most of the day and got to watch some football. Thought still I come live for a shorter one. Actually went over an hour already. Thanks a lot. Let me see what I can do in the coming days. A little busy here with meetings, and I'm always keep on supporting Aaron Foot. And as I say, I'll be telling you what is the reality. You'll hear it nowhere else. And if there's something, you know, which I don't know, I'll say we don't know. But I know certain things are happening or rather not happening, and a lot of people are pushing certain things. So therefore, I am looking at it. So let's see what happens. And to answer your question, Akash, I'm not sure if I can go to Shillong. I would love to go to Shillong and watch the game, but again, logistics is a little bit of an issue. Going in, going out doesn't happen so easily like elsewhere. So let's wait and see. Maybe I'll try and hop over on the 25th to Shillong. Would love to, but otherwise, I'll hopefully be able to watch it somewhere in Kolkata. And yeah, keep on supporting Indian football. Today was a good night, or last night was a good night, 3-0 against the Maldives. I'll take it after all the bad results in the last few months and over the year 2024. So Neil amongst the scorers, Rahul Beke scored a good one. Liston Colasso with a header. Don't hear that much. So therefore, thanks a lot for joining in at short notice. Keep on supporting Indian football, and I'll be back very soon. Do watch the short videos. I'm doing videos on the season reviews of the clubs. I've seen that not many views yet, but other things as well. So do keep on watching the channel, and thanks a lot for joining in on this late night, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Good night, everyone.